Okay, you guys, welcome to our April team call. I'm so happy to see you guys all on here. And it's funny because I used to do team calls weekly, and now that I just do them once a month, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, especially with all this quarantine stuff, I don't even know the date of the month. It is so weird. So this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's like my team call. So I'm hoping I can bring you guys some value um, and not feel like I'm all over the place. So I want to talk about a few things to put on your calendar. So today is the customer launch of 10 rounds. So all of your customers can now buy 10 rounds if they like didn't want to be a coach or whatever. So that's something I'm going to do today is send all of my customers an email and just say, hey, in case you didn't know, you can now like grab 10 rounds if you want it. It's such a fun program. I can't even believe I'm in week 4 of 6. Like it has flown by. It's so good. And I just love I love that it's like one day's boxing, one day's weights, one day's boxing, one day's weights. So you don't feel like you're just boxing all day long every day. So I really love it. And then he does abs at the end of every single workout, which he does in Lift 4 too. So I just love his programs. I realized Joel's like one of my favorite trainers. Um, okay, and then tomorrow, you guys have anyone interested in coaching or like your customers or anything that might be interested in learning more about the coaching opportunity? Carl, our CEO, is gonna run a sneak peek tomorrow in the Facebook Beachbody 411 page, the same page that we listened to the wake up call. And it's gonna be so good. Joel's gonna be on there. They're gonna have like a few different speakers, and they're just gonna explain the whole coaching opportunity. So also, like, if you haven't, we need to get back to running like sneak peeks as a team, but also it will really give you an idea of how to present the coaching opportunity to people who are interested and like help you know like how to share the value of what it is that we do. So remember tomorrow in the 411 page, it's at 12 p.m. They're going to be live in there, Pacific Standard Time. And so yeah, so put that on your calendar, hop in there, and like maybe reach out to your customers and say, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not, but it's freaking awesome and you should at least check it out. And then you can add them in there and he'll run the whole sneak peek for you. Um, and then Super Saturday, so you guys, our summit got canceled. I'm so bummed because it is like what I look for every single year, but I'm sure they're gonna do a virtual one somehow. But also our Super Saturday that we have once a quarter is April 18th, and they're gonna be doing it like over Zoom. They're gonna broadcast it. So it's gonna be super fun. So make sure you hop on Zoom, put it on your calendar. I'm sure they'll be posting some like where it's gonna be and stuff like that. And then BOD groups launches the end of this month. So I know that we run our groups together, but it's time to like start thinking about starting your own BOD group, because what's going to happen with BOD groups is all of your customers, as you bring people in, like they will be attached to you and be able to join your BOD groups. And so if you aren't hosting your own, it's going to be hard for them to find your BOD group. So I love running them together, but like I think it's probably smart to branch off towards the end of this month. They will kick off on the 26th and start your own. Like even if you just start one, like maybe even you want to start like a family one or something like that. Start like a family one, kind of play around with it. You can still keep your customers with me or whatever. And then maybe like they just want to see that you guys are everyone's like gonna start their own bot group. So we need to get as many people as possible to like open their own. So we can chat more about that, like what we want to do and how we want to do it. Because I know a lot of teams run huge ones together, but with bot groups coming, it would be beneficial to have your own running. Okay, so I think that's all that I had to talk about with like what's coming up. And then anyone hop on the National Wake Up Call today? So good, like so good. So and it's funny because a lot of what she talked about, I had like in my notes of what I want to talk about. But one thing, hold on a sec. Oh, it's right. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to get like too spiritual, but I have this thing that like kept coming to me in the last few weeks, and it was like that the Lord loves to see that you're putting effort into the things that you want in life. And it was funny because over this weekend and conference, like that was the one thing that stuck out to me is, and I feel like in everything in life, whether it be your business, whether it be that you want to like put more effort into like reading the scriptures or journaling or being a better mom or being a better wife, like he wants the best for you, but he has to see that you're putting the effort in. And I think a lot of times we feel like, you know, if we have these goals and we're like, we write out these goals and we visualize it and we, you know, try to work towards it, it should just kind of come to us. But if we're not putting in hard work and effort, it's not going to happen. And so anyway, I was telling Callie the other day, it was so crazy because I was just thinking like, I get sick of breaking promises to myself, to my kids, to, you know, like I will like tell my family my goals and all the things I'm going to achieve. And then I don't put in the work and effort that I need to make it happen. And so anyway, one day I was telling Zoe, like, oh my gosh, like, you know, this is gonna be my year. This is what I'm gonna do. And she's like, Mom, you've been saying this for like 5 years. Like, are you really gonna do it? And it like hit me hard, like right in the heart. And I'm like, okay, so I not only break promises to myself when I don't show up and do the things that I want to do and the things like accomplish the things I want to accomplish, but I am breaking promises to the people that I love the most, and I'm not showing them that they can do anything that they want to do when I don't do it, you know? So anyways, so the 1st of April, I was like, okay, this is going to be my month that I am going to be 100%. I'm going to show up every single day. I'm not going to miss a day. Well, April 1st, I'm like, it was a crazy day. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. I still hadn't gotten my invites out. And I literally had the words go through my head, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. And then I'm like, no, I won't. It is April 1st. I told myself this morning I'm not going to bed until I do the things that I know I need to do to grow my business and move my business forward. I stayed up and my goal for this month is to where's my little page. My goal for this month is to send out, you guys, I have so many notes in me, send out a full page of invites every day. 2 columns, which is 64 people to invite to whatever I have going on. And so I stayed up and I got it done. And it felt so good. Like to go to bed and know I kept my promise. Like I woke up, I told myself what I was going to do, and I had the urge to break the promise, and I didn't break the promise. I kept my promise, and it felt like so good to go to bed and to know I did everything I had to do. Well, I woke up the next day and it was Thursday, and I checked my back office, and some random person bought like the mega challenge pack, and I was like, it wasn't like through, she just went to my site and bought the mega challenge pack. And so I was at Success Club too, and I know Heavenly Father brought that person to me because I kept my promise. Like, I just know that that's what happened. And so I think he sees, when he sees your effort and he sees that you're gonna really do what you say you're gonna do, he'll bring people to you. He'll know that you're working towards what you want, and he will bring the people to you. And so on top of that, like, Ryan like doesn't get to work very much, and I've been stressed out, like, okay, I've got to like replace his income, and my check is like double what it's been because I've been actually showing up and doing all the things. So anyways, I want you guys to go into this month and literally write out your intentions for this month and what you're going to do. Like, what kind of disciplines are you going to have every single day, to make sure you do the things that you're going to do before you go to bed at night, and know that when you lay your head down at night, you kept your promises to yourself. You showed up the way that you would want your kids to know you're showing up. Like, sometimes I think it's funny how people are like, oh, my kids are home, I don't want to like take time away from them. But in a way, it's like, what are you showing them? You know, like, are you showing them the hard work and the hustle and stuff that it takes to like build dreams and to change your life? You know, I feel like when my kids see me, like, my kids will randomly ask me, Mom, did you sell a challenge pack today? Like, how many people have you helped this month? They love to hear it. And so it's like, you've got to decide, because I also think, like, stay-at-home moms, sometimes we feel like, oh, we're stay-at-home moms, we need to be 100% focused on our kids 100% of the time. And I think we need to think about, like, oh, if we were work away like from home moms, we're not going to be, you know, just with our kids. And you have to admit, like, you're not just 100% present with your kids all hours of the day. You know what I mean? Like, we need to decide if we're going to commit on this business and commit to making business hours and treating it like a business, or if it's just kind of something like a side thing that we don't really care to grow. Okay, so one thing that she said in today's call that I loved so much is, she said, discipline equals freedom. And I love that so much because I feel like when you aren't disciplined and when you don't have business hours and when you're just willy-nilly it, you can feel like you are strapped to your phone 24/7. But if you have business hours and you're disciplined and you know what you're doing in those pockets of time, and you just do it and you follow your list and you get it done, then you have the whole rest of the day and you have all this freedom that you can just do whatever. And it comes down to too, like, when you're disciplined and you're doing all the things, like, then you can go on like family vacations and stuff like that, and you're still making income, and because you've built this thing up that's not going to strap you down to like feeling like you have to work 24/7. So if you haven't listened to the Wake Up Club today, it's so good. She talked about like really setting like a schedule, setting time, like that you're gonna work your business hours, and following your list so that you're just not all over the place. And like, no matter what, getting at least your invites, personal development, and workout done every single day. And so anyway, I'm going to kind of go over the top 6 things that she talked about, because I feel like that's like the biggest thing. Like, I feel like if you feel like you don't have time to work the business, it's just that you're not disciplined in the amount of time, because you can really build a business in an hour a day if you do it. So, number one, set business hours and think about your day and what you have control over. And I think this is my biggest thing because sometimes I wait till the end of the day to get my shiz done. And I don't have control over those hours because my kids are up. I have all these things going on. We have, like, once my kids are up, you never know what the day is going to bring. So you have to control your mornings and make like a morning routine. And like if you think about, I've been struggling getting up lately, but I'm gonna change that, girls. I'm gonna get my butt out of bed. And because she said this, like she's like, when you think about being disciplined and having your freedom for the rest of the day, it's easy to jump out of bed because you know from 5 to 8 or whatever, if you get up and start working at 5 and you can get in all your invites, your personal development, your workout, all the things that are going to grow you as a person and as a business, and then you have the rest of the day with your kids and to be crazy and do all the things you got to do, then it's easy to jump out of bed because you know that you're going to get that stuff done. So decide, like maybe you don't have to get up at 5 in the morning, but what hours can you be 100% dedicated to finishing your business activity tracker, doing your personal development? Gratitude is a big one for me, and getting your workout done, and then whatever comes at you that day, you know that you've won it. Like no matter what, first thing in the morning, you've won it. Okay, so and one thing I loved too that she said was she sets safe zones for work hours. So this is one thing I need to be better at because I move all over the house. Like I'll be at my kitchen table a minute, I'll go sit in the recliner for a minute, I'm just like moving all over. And she's like, you know, when I am on my phone in the living room, my kids will run over to me, mom, 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 and she's like, no, don't bug me, I'm working. And she's like, but of course they don't realize I'm working because I'm in the family living room with them with the TV on and I'm sitting on my phone. And she's like, so we set like safe zones. Like I can only be in my office or in my bedroom working. And if I'm in there working, they know they can't disrupt me till I'm done working. But if I'm all over the house, it's free game for anyone to bug me. So that is a big thing for me is I'll be like here on a team call with distractions everywhere. And I'm like, no, I gotta set up in a place where I can focus and get my crap done and move on with my day. So decide that for you. Like where is gonna be your business hours? Communicate that with your family. Like I'm gonna work from here to here. Don't bug me, and then we can do all the family things the rest of the time. And if you have like calls you want to hop on, or like I think communication is key for kids to just know like this is a business, this is something that can like help us get to where we want to be as a family, help us have financial freedom. But I need to focus. I need to treat this like a job because that's what it is. Okay, and then make your schedule. So put everything in your schedule. Like if you're gonna have a date night, if you're gonna have a family movie night, if you're gonna go to lunch, if you're gonna if you have a team call, if you whatever it is that you have going on, put it in your schedule. Even put in like check into the boot camp like twice a day. So that everything is like blocked out, even your family time, because that's the thing. Like you want to prioritize, you want this business to fit into your family time, not your family fit around this business. You know, like your family is definitely 100% most important, but it should be simple to fit this in pockets of time during your day and build an amazing business. Okay. And part of that, really quick, scheduling, like part of that is taking a little time on Sundays. I know when I do this, I have a much better week to like think about, okay, what do I want my week to look like? My posts and stuff, like maybe have a theme for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and kind of just write out your theme and think about what your post could look like for that day. Let's see. Oh, and another thing she does is in the morning when she's doing her morning routine, she writes down 4 things she wants to accomplish that day. And then at night before she goes to bed, she assesses her day to see if she got those 4 things done. And if she didn't, then she's like, okay, I got to reevaluate my day. I've got to flip things around. And so I love that because I'm like, I feel like sometimes I'm just a hot mess. So to like have it written out, like, you know, these are the 4 things I'm going to accomplish today. If I accomplish them, I'm going to feel freaking awesome about my day. So you can celebrate that. Okay, number 3 is work from a list. And our list is really just our business activity tracker. That's what I love so much is it's like you don't have to sit down and like if you do better working in pockets of time, like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, then you can look at your list and go, okay, right now I'm going to go add some friends. I'm going to go follow some people on Instagram and I'm going to go like and comment on a few of their posts and then go hang out with your kids for a little bit and then come back. And, you know, you can do things in pockets of time. My goal is to get it all done in the morning so that I don't feel like I'm stretching it out throughout the day. Like I can pour more into my challenge group throughout the day. I can check in on the people who have already jumped in with me throughout the day and jump on team calls and stuff like that. But my most important things I'm going to get done in the morning. So just decide that for yourself, like what you want your day to look like, what you want your schedule to look like. If you don't want to sit down for hours at a time and get it done, you can block it out, 15 to 20 increments. And then number 4 is do your MIT, most important tasks, your vital behaviors, first thing in your day so that no matter what happens, you don't have to worry about that all day long. I think that's the biggest thing why people overthink this business is just because they don't do the things first thing in the day, so they feel like all they're thinking about all day is getting those things done and it consumes them when you can get them done first thing in the morning and not have to consume yourself with it all day long, you know? And then number 5, eliminate distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode if you have to when you're working. Turn off all your notifications. This is one thing I do. I don't watch TV all week long. Like I don't watch anything on TV until the weekend. If I have crushed my things during the week, I will let myself like watch a movie with my kids on the weekend. I'm not a TV. Me and Ryan used to watch hours of TV, and I now feel like it's such a time waster of my life. Like when the TV's on, it drives me nuts. I'm a busybody. So, anyways, decide those things that are time wasters for you and make you earn that. Like if you love to scroll social media, you can't scroll social media till you do your stuff. Like that is something you can earn. So put that down as like, okay, once I do all this, I am gonna go watch my favorite people's stories on Instagram or go scroll and see what, maybe that can be an end of the day activity that you earned and you get to do because you did all the other things. And then number 6, she says, stop the fluff. Like, I think this is the big thing a lot of people get, because there's so much like stuff to learn in growing a social media, in growing a following. Like people all of a sudden start feeling like they have to do blogs and newsletters and all these things. And really, until you get so good at the vital behaviors, get so good at never missing a day, just inviting, adding, connecting, loving on people, being a light in social media, showing up on your stories and your social media, hitting Success Club every single month. Once you're like so good at that that it's just like what you do and you don't even have to think about it, then maybe you can like start a blog, start something that you can like share more, give more. But that is just another distraction. Like I think a lot of people too, like that love like graphic design and stuff will start making cute graphics and like they do anything but the work that they need to be doing. And so just focus on the simple stuff. You guys do a program, share your progress, share your journey, share what you love about it. You know, if you're struggling figuring out what to post out, write a list of all the things that have changed in your life since like joining Beachbody, all the things that have helped you, and make little posts out of each little thing that has helped you. Just start sharing what you love, inviting all the people. I was blown away because on the call today, he said, "How do you remember how many people have joined Beachbody On Demand since March? Like 250,000 or something like that." Is that what it was? There's like 250,000 people because their gyms have shut down and they can't go anywhere that have joined Beachbody On Demand and they don't even have coaches. They're just like going to Beachbody and signing up. And so people need this. Like I think sometimes we hold ourselves back thinking, oh my gosh, there's this like pandemic going on. Nobody can think about this. But this is like the therapy people are looking for right now. Like they need this in their life. I've been doing double workouts just to keep my mind in the right place lately because I need it. And so um, get out of your head if that's what you've been thinking and just know that so many people need this. Like I sent out so many invites last week and I've gotten a few thinking about it, but a lot of them like were out of work, so I'm just sending them the free workouts. But I know darn well when they're ready, they're going to come to me because I'm helping them with free stuff right now until they can afford it. Like, do not be attached to people saying yes. Just plant the seeds, send the invites, do the things, and they will come back to you or they will find a way to do it now because they need it so bad. And no matter what, they're going to start watching you. So, and I can't even tell you how many messages a day I get from people saying, Katie, thank you for being consistent. You haven't slowed down on your workouts. You haven't slowed down on posting positivity. And you're literally the only positive thing in my newsfeed right now. And so you got to think about that too, because I don't like, I have a lot of positivity in my newsfeed because I have a lot of coaches and people who have really worked on their mindset. But when I think of the people in my newsfeed that haven't, I'm like, yeah, it is a negative place to be on social media right now. So you need to think of what kind of light and happiness can you bring to people's newsfeed every single day. We are serving people, we are loving people, we are inviting to people to think something that could change their entire life. And if we don't do it, we're like holding ourselves and other people back. One thing she said too was she said, where is it? Oh my gosh. She said that she, like when she signed up for this, she took it on as it's her responsibility to, because she went through a hard thing that was like, she'd have panic attacks every couple of hours. She is like postpartum panic attacks. And her husband couldn't leave her side, and her mom couldn't leave her side, so she always had to have someone with her at all times. And Beachbody saved her life. And she's like, so when I get in my head of like, oh, I just don't want to invite today, I don't want to do the things today, She's like, I think of the person I'm going to miss out on saving their life because this saved mine. And so, anyways, you guys, we have something amazing. I just think every day since this pandemic happened too, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy how so many people who like have amazing degrees and like dentists and like big, huge businesses had to shut down because they can't do it anymore. But we have this that is booming right now. Like it has not slowed down for a second. And if anything, more people are looking for this because they need it, whether it's for the health benefit or it's for an income that they can do online because they had to shut down their business. But we have like something for everybody right now. So we just got to get out of our heads. I was telling April and Callie last week that like when I go into invites, I don't even think about how many people are going to say yes. I send the invites, walk away, and I know I planted that seed. I know if they don't message me back, they're watching me now. And if they say yes, I changed a life. If they say no, like stop messaging me, that's okay. Like I did my job. In the end of the day, that all that matters is I let them know that there's this thing that could bless them. And so if invites are hard for you, flip your mindset a little bit and just think like, no, this is what we do. We invite people, we let them know we have this thing. If they want it, great. If not, oh well. Like that's all there is to it. And there's billions of people out there who don't even know what this is. So don't feel like you have to be like best friends with the person to invite them. Just invite everyone. Just see how many people you can invite today and go out there and change some lives. So do you guys have anything you want to add or ask or talk about before we get off?
Can I just share with you guys what happened to me?
Yes, I have been wanting to hear it.
Okay, hold on. Paige, can you turn the TV off? Because there's going to be too much background noise.
I can't do.
Okay, so
I can't.
it was like a ripple effect thing. And I like wrote it down because there's so much. So bear with me because this might be a little long. But I just am so excited. So like it started when a memory popped up from 2 years ago. And it was a transformation post that I had posted 2 years ago. And in that picture, I was doing good. Mentally, I was good. I was the lowest weight that I've been since I started having kids. I was in a good place in this picture. And I actually got back to my pre-pregnancy weight from when I got pregnant with Paige. So that was 6 years ago. That was a long time ago. But I was, I was doing so good. I got to get my thoughts together. And my energy was just up there. It was so high. I was doing good in the business. I was like starting to get better and everything was going good. And then my life hit, and it hit really hard and not in a good way. I got pregnant, and I get really sick when I'm pregnant. And I just know that I can push through being sick. Like I can push through that. But at that time, I wasn't there yet with my mindset. I wasn't there to like push through being sick. And then we were going through the process of getting a house. And when we finally bought the house, it was a house that needed quite a bit of work done. And I'm sick and pregnant and just, it was all just going. And then we finally moved into the house. And like 2 weeks later, I found out that my baby had died and I was 16 weeks pregnant. And I'm going to get emotional. And for the first time in my life, I've had trials before, but that was the hardest thing that I have ever gone through. And it was hard for me because I hadn't been working on my mindset during when I was pregnant, during getting my house, I wasn't doing personal development and working on my mindset. And so because of that, I just felt like I was so lost. And so then I felt like I needed to draw closer to Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ. Like that's what I needed to do at the time. And then I got pregnant again 3 months later, which was way faster than I was expecting. But then I thought I will keep working on my mindset and try to get this going. But for some reason, I just couldn't get out of this hole. And even though I was working on my mindset, I did way better during this last pregnancy. I still just have been in this hole, and it's just I was so stuck. And so then after this picture that I saw in this transformation post, and I knew this now that I'm talking about this, I knew that I was stuck in this hole because I didn't want to change my attitude. I didn't want to put in effort. And that was my problem, is that the want wasn't really there yet. And so then I saw this post, and I was just thinking about it and like where I was at. And I was like, man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then Sunday came, and I was thinking about the week ahead. And I found myself dreading the week. I was just dreading it. And that made me really sad, because I have never dreaded the week ahead like I was right then. And part of it is, honestly, I love my little sister, and I love working out with her in the mornings. But sometimes can you turn the TV off? Sorry if you can't hear me. I just noticed the TV's still on. She's kind of a pessimistic person. And I realized that she was starting to bring me down. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what's wrong with me right now? So I started scrolling Instagram. And if you guys don't follow Micah, follow her because she is amazing. She's just inspiring, And anyways, I was like looking through her posts, and all of her posts, she has comments on them. There's not one post that she posts that doesn't have a comment. Even if it's not about the business, it's something that happens that she just is filled with love. Like, people love her. They're inspired by her. And then it hit me like a light switch. I'm like, I want to be that person. I want to be inspiring to other people. I want to be that light in their life. And for the first time ever, and I'm going to say this, like, before, the idea of this was always really appealing. It was like the saying, you're going off of your parents' testimony. I was going off of Katie's testimony of this business. I was going off of Callie's testimony, and I wanted it, but I didn't feel it. And for the first time ever, I felt it. I felt that this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to help others feel the way I do. I want to help somebody get out of that hole that they were stuck in before they're in it for 2 years like I was. I want to do that. And in order to do that, I have to connect with people. I have to meet new people. And for the first time, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of this business anymore. Like, before, I was always just scared. I would like pull up my phone and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I would get to my first, like, trying to follow somebody, and I'd like hesitate. For like 20 minutes, I'd just sit there, and then I'd give up. But since this happened, every single morning before anything, because I know that following and adding friends is my stop area, where like inviting isn't even as scary to me as following for some reason. It's weird. But every single day I said, okay, I can do 10. I can do 10 Facebook, 10 Instagram. And every single day I have added those 10 people, added Facebook, and I haven't hesitated once. I don't hesitate. And it's so amazing. And it's just like, I can't even describe the feeling that I feel right now. But that's my goal now, is to help others. The business, it will come. Like, you all have been preaching forever, and I hear it, but I didn't feel it. And I finally just feel it. And I'm just so excited to like get started and to get going. So Katie, if your goal is to help one person in your entire life of this, you definitely succeeded in helping me.
Oh, I love that so much. And it's like, oh my gosh, something came to me and then all of a sudden just left me. Oh, it's like a lot of people, a lot of coaches say this, like you have a start date and then you have a start date. You know what I mean? Like you start as a coach and maybe you play around with it and maybe you're just not in it. But then there's always like some kind of thing that just flips your mindset and you're like, I'm there. Like I'm so ready and today's my start day one. And that's where you're at. You're at your like start date. I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us because I have been like seeing your posts and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to hear all that's going on because I could feel it. I could feel it through social media, but I didn't know the whole story.
I love that, Kylie. Yes, I just wanted to say thanks for sharing because I love that so much. And I follow Micah too. And one thing that she said, I don't remember if it was, I think it was on that Summit of Hope training that she did with Josh Coates, but she said, I do, like, all I care about is helping everybody. She's like, I don't care if they join my team. I don't care if they join join Beachbody at all. I just want to to help them no matter what it is, even if it's just like giving them, something to smile about that day or, like whatever. And I was just like thinking about that. And I'm like, that is how we have to be. We have to be not connected to the outcome other than just to give value to people. Like, it doesn't matter if they join us at all. It really doesn't. But if we're giving value, then they'll eventually come to us if they get to that point, where they're ready. So I love that. I'm so, like, you just made me tear up, and I just love, that's awesome. I'm so grateful that you shared.
Okay, anyone else before we hop off? Hey guys, thank you so much for just being on my tribe and hopping on these team calls. Like, I love our little team calls, and maybe we'll get back to doing more because I love them so much. But I just feel like right now, with all of our other team calls and everything we have going on, I want the focus to really be like getting really good at these things and showing up as our best selves. And while these team calls, like, I think are huge and like it's so big to connect, I think that, right now we just gotta like get so consistent at doing our trackers every day and like really like using our chat and stuff like that to show up and like share more in there and just like cheer each other on and like use that to talk on the daily because I think that's so important. But I'm just proud of you guys. I love like seeing your transformations and seeing you show up in your workouts and seeing you connect on social media, and it just makes my heart happy. And so anyway, let's make April like the best month ever. We're just starting like the second quarter of this year, and so get clear on where you want to go this year, because you can make anything happen. And then like break it down to like where you're gonna go this week, where you're gonna finish this month. And then like I think that's one thing that has helped me too is like sometimes when you think of like being consistent every day for a whole year, it feels overwhelming. So I've just been like, hey, today matters. That's been my like mantra every day. Today matters. I'm gonna crush today, and then we'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Because I think the big picture can get overwhelming, but we can do it today. So, okay, love you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Talk to you later. Thanks, Kylie.